Kenya is preparing to welcome thousands of United Nations employees as the global agency plans to move its three key offices to Nairobi. The three offices, all based in New York currently, are UN Women, the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, and the United Nations Population Fund, UNFPA. From late 2026, employees of the said offices will be expected to move to the Kenyan capital, which already hosts the United Nations Environment Programme, UNEP, and the United Nations Human Settlements Programme, UN Habitat. In early 2025, UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres said the planned relocation is aimed at saving costs amid reduced UN funding. In February, US President Donald Trump's administration announced funding cuts to some UN agencies. The UN is funded through government contributions, and the US is the largest donor. By the first half of 2025, the UN had received only 5.6 billion US dollars in funding against the year's target of 44 billion US dollars. Amid funding challenges, the UN announced it would embark on cost-cutting measures. Key among them would be staff reduction and moving key offices from expensive cities such as New York and Geneva. The UN has approximately 44,000 employees, with Nairobi accounting for over 5,000 of them. Some UNFPA staff in New York were reported to have developed, quote, low morale upon learning that they would be moved to Nairobi, but the UN appears to have made its decision. The global body has reportedly invested 340 million US dollars in expanding its facilities in the Kenyan capital in preparation for the new teams. The expansion includes a state-of-the-art 9,000-seater assembly hall. UN's Gigiri complex in Nairobi has tens of offices, making it one of the busiest UN duty stations globally. But what does it mean for Kenya when the UN shifts its key offices there? First, the move is not only geographic but symbolic. It solidifies Kenya's image as a new center of global diplomacy and humanitarian coordination. The choice of Kenya as UN's new epicenter can be attributed to several factors, including the country's strategic location, good infrastructure, stable economy, and historical political stability. With the arrival of many UN employees, rent and lease costs of residential and commercial property would increase, especially in high-end neighborhoods such as Gigiri, Runda, Kitusuru, and Muthaiga. UN employees are paid higher than many locals. An entry-level staff at UN pockets a net salary of up to 80,000 US dollars annually. That is over 10.3 million Kenya shillings in a country where the average Kenyan pockets around 250,000 shillings yearly. With UN employees renting houses expensively, the original inhabitants may be outpriced. Existing property owners will pocket higher returns and witness higher occupancy rates, while new real estate investors will have the opportunity to make promising investments. Shopping malls around the high-end estate will also experience higher customer traffic. Kenya is also poised to get more foreign exchange, and the local tourism sector will also benefit. But even with the UN office